Hello, my dear learners! Welcome back to our TLE class. I am Teacher Melissa, Grade 7 TLE teacher. Join me as we learn new lesson in TLE 7 Cookery. Make sure that you are holding or reading your 5th module in TLE. Before we start with our lesson, I want you to watch this short animation. Do you think many people will buy this product? Why? Very good. Due to the expensive price of the product, a lot of people will not buy it. Therefore, we need to learn how to manage food costs to minimize the price of our product so that a lot of people will be able to buy it and we will have a profit. Our topic for today is calculate cost of production. Here are the objectives that you will be able to meet at the end of the lesson. Number 1, discuss the principles of costing. Number 2, identify the factors that affect the food cost. And number 3, perform basic food costing calculation and find the usable yield percentage. Food costing is important to know because it has a direct effect on the profitability of the restaurant. Food costing affects the financial health of the food business.
Cost of production refers to the total cost incurred by a company to produce a specific quantity of a product or to offer a service. It may include things such as labor, raw materials, or consumable supplies. In cooking, food costing is one of the important considerations which greatly help for effective budgeting. If you are opening a restaurant or other food business where food is being sold, you will always incur costs of production. Food cost is the ratio between how much it costs you to make a dish in raw materials and how much revenue you generate from that dish. Some of the factors that contribute to high food and beverage costs include poor portion control, excessive food costs, theft, waste, and even spoilage. Here are the steps on how you can figure out the cost of food. Example, this is your kitchen. Take a physical count of the stock in your kitchen. Add your new stock purchases. If you already have a stock in the kitchen and have also purchased additional stock during the week, you should add the two together by combining last week's closing stock with this week's purchases. Here are your products that are ready to be sold. Subtract your final inventory after all the sales for the period have been completed. Divide the value by the sales amount. Here is an example. Food cost is equals to beginning inventory plus purchases minus ending inventory divided by total food sales. For example, the beginning inventory is 3,000 pesos. You will add it to the additional purchases of 2,500 pesos and then subtract it from the ending inventory 800 pesos and divide it by the total food sales, which is 8,000 pesos. The total or the answer is 0.59 or 59%. The following are the key concepts of food costing. As purchased or AP is the product state when delivered before manufacturing or fabrication. Here is an example. An onion. Then, fabrication is the process of bringing product to its functional state. For example, the onion has been sliced. Remember that scrap and trimmings are the natural result of the manufacturing process. Yield test is performed during the manufacturing process to find out how much product can be served to the guests. The result of the yield test is expressed as a percentage. Here is an example. Here is the formula in getting the percentage yield of pineapples. Edible portion weight divided by as purchased weight multiplied by 100. The answer is 73%. Therefore, the percentage yield of pineapples is 73%. What is the as purchased or AP cost per unit of measure? Here is the formula. Total AP cost divided by total quantity purchased. In getting the edible portion cost, follow this formula. The edible portion cost of the pineapple is 616 pesos and 44 centavos. Here is the formula in getting the edible portion cost per unit. Markup is the difference between how much an item costs and how much you sell it for. In short, it is your profit for each item. Calculate your peso markup by subtracting your purchase price or cost from your sales to the selling price. Here's an example. The ingredients used in making one burger cost 35 pesos. Then, you sell the burger at 50 pesos. In order to get the peso markup, subtract your purchase price or cost from your sales to the selling price. In this example, the peso markup or profit is 15 pesos. How to calculate the percent markup based on the cost? This is done by dividing the peso markup by the cost. Here is an example. How to calculate the percent markup based on selling price? This is done by dividing the peso markup by the selling price. Here's an example.
Make sure that you consistently use either cost of the product or selling price to find the percent markup of an item. Even though the cost, selling price, and peso markup will always be the same, the percentage markup will be drastically different depending on how you calculate it using selling price or cost. Using selling price will give you a lower percentage markup, while using cost will give you a higher percentage markup.
Here's another example. Given the following recipe and its estimated cost, compute for the total purchase cost and impose 35% markup to determine the selling price of your product. The yield is 30 servings. And we are going to use 2 decimal places in rounding off numbers. Let us first find the total cost for each ingredient. Here's the solution for peso markup per serving. Then, the selling price per serving. And here's the solution.
Class, we are done with our discussion. Let me check if you truly understand our lesson. Read and analyze the situation. Then, on a clean sheet of paper, I want you to write the answer for the following guide questions.
Number 1. What is the usable yield percentage of mangoes? Here's the solution. The correct answer is 70%. Number 2. What is the as purchased or AP cost per unit measure? Here is the solution. The correct answer is 160 pesos per kilogram. Number 3. What is the edible portion or EP cost? Here is the solution. The correct answer is 457 pesos and 14 centavos. Number 4. What is the edible portion cost per unit? Here's the solution. The correct answer is 228 pesos and 57 centavos per kilogram.
Did you get the correct answers? Congratulations! I hope you learned a lot today and you are all ready to answer all the activities in your TLE Module 5. Again, this is Teacher Melissa, Grade 7 TLE teacher. See you next time!